Parikshit Uvacha. Shri Parikshit said. After the sage Narad heard Lord Shiva's words, which impressed him as most amazing, he was eager to see Prahlad in person. He at once therefore travelled to Shri Sutal by the path of the heart and entered running into the city of the demons.
Sutal matlab niche. He's in lower planets.
Prahlad, the best of Vaishnavas, was in a secluded place, absorbed in loving meditation on the Supreme Lord's lotus feet. Seeing the Brahmana Narad approaching from a distance, Prahlad quickly stood up and then offered prostrate obeisances as Narad came close. With some effort, Prahlad induced Narad to settle, accept a seat, and then began, like others before, to worship him in accordance with the standard rules. But Narad, feeling great reverence for Prahlad, refused the worship. He shed tears of joy and tried to embrace Prahlad. Then he spoke as follows. Shri Narad said, "Now, after so long, I have finally seen you, the true recipient of Krishna's full mercy. Now my efforts have borne fruit. From your very childhood you have been endowed with pure devotion for Krishna. Such spontaneous love has never been seen anywhere before. By virtue of that pure devotion, you overcame terrible obstacles, the thousands of outrages your father committed against you. And by your influence, all the demons became Vaishnavas. While immersed in meditation on Krishna, you seem to forget your own existence. Like a madman, you danced and sang and called out loudly, your body trembling. In this way, you spread devotional service unto Lord Vishnu, delivering all the worlds from the cycle of material life and filling them with joy. When Lord Krishna appeared on the shore of the ocean, he placed you on his lap and caressed you like a mother. Thus he honored you, ignoring Brahma, Shiva, and the other demigods, offering prayers, and even ignoring the goddess Padma. Brahma, terrified, begged you to approach Sri Narasimha, and when you fell at the Lord's divine lotus feet, the Lord stood up and raised you from the ground. He put his lotus hand upon your head and began to lick your entire body. When Lord Hari, with most attractive and clever enticements, tried to offer you the supreme abode, you showed no interest in liberation, which is prayed for by Brahma and by everyone else. Rather, you asked only devotion to the Lord, birth after birth. Responding to your Lord's love, you agreed to assume your father's throne, and as you told Lord Narasimha in your prayers, by doing this, you wish to help deliver all people. You are still on that royal seat, fixed in meditation on Lord Narasimha.
You once went to the Nishinga forest to have darshan of Narayan, who is known as the Lord in yellow dress. While on the road, you satisfied the Lord in combat, and he told you, "Yes, I am always conquered by you." Sri Parikshit continued, "Having said this, Narad, in the ocean of ecstasies in devotion to Lord Hari, began to dance. That intimate servant of the Lord shouted, 'Conquered by us.'" Sri Narad then said, "O best of Vaishnavas, why should I say that Lord Mukunda has been conquered only by you? Your grandson Boli, chief of the Daitas, has also conquered him. By your grace, Boli keeps the Lord as his doorman." Boli, Vamandev.
Vamandev is a doorman.
Doorman of
But so Bali
Yeah,
Maharaj
yes.
is he's grandson of Prahlad Maharaj.
Yes.
Oh.
Grandson.
Sorry, okay.
Yeah, same thing.
From now on, I intend to stay here permanently with you. By your power, I shall certainly be able to overcome the curses I received from the Daksha and others. Sri Parikshit said, unable to tolerate hearing his own praise, Prahlad lowered his face in embarrassment, bowed down before Narad, and respectfully addressed him in a quiet voice. Sri Prahlad said, "My Lord and spiritual master, please reconsider everything you have said. A young boy simply cannot understand correctly the science of devotional service to Krishna. Still, when one receives instructions from great souls, those instructions have the power to awaken one's higher understanding, and then one can engage in devotional service to Lord Hari. Therefore, it is not seen of greatness that ordinary persons like me can preserve despite terrible disturbance to give spiritual enlightenment to children. Behave like saintly persons, show compassion to suffering souls, or refuse the boon of liberation. Merely from these symptoms, the best of saints do not conclude that Krishna has given a person his mercy. Krishna's mercy blessed Narada appears only in truly worthy servant. I have never performed any real service for the Lord like human and others. I have only remembered the Lord sometimes when my mind was troubled."
I forget that Narad Muni is his Guru Maharaj, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
His
Yes.
Prahlad Narada. He is going to his student and he's telling, "Arey, you have much worse." You praise me because he caressed me and showed other signs of affection. But some consider such affectionate behavior merely a false show of Maya, and others just a display of his pastimes. You regard those affectionate displays as natural symptoms of his love, but I consider them no more real than a dream. And even if we accept them as real, they are still not evidence of his mercy. The Lord truly gives his mercy, saintly authorities believe, when he grants the right to render various kinds of service, a blessing he gives to such devotees as Hanuman. Nothing else counts as his mercy. The Lord truly gives his mercy, saintly authorities believe, when he grants the right to render various kinds of service, a blessing he gives to such devotees as Hanuman. Nothing else counts as his mercy. You are a recipient of mercy, Prabhu. You are able to serve the Lord like this.
So he's saying that basically, like, even you guys are telling that I am the biggest devotee, but I have never rendered any service to the Lord. Like Hanuman, he rendered all kind of service. So
Furthermore, Shriman Narsimha performed his pastimes not to favor me, but to protect the demigods, his devotees, and delivered two of his eternal servants. He also wished to uphold the truth of the words of Brahma and of others, such as Brahma's sons, and fully display the greatness of devotional service. These were the only reasons for his pastimes. O greatest of devotees, who have nothing material to possess, when the personality of Godhead gave me a kingdom, I understood that I had not received even one atom of his mercy. As the Lord says, quote, "When I wish to favor someone, I make him lose his opulence." Such statements as this are evidence, and so are also the statements of his exalted devotees.
Prabhupada ji, what the pages?
Oh, video. Take it out. Srila Prabhupada was the same thing, right? He had the whole factory and everything.
Yeah.
Krishna was like, "This is all okay." Now comes.
Snatched.
So,
That's all.
just see how my worship of the Lord has been eclipsed by my attachment to ruling my kingdom and by my ties to family members, servants, and others. For not crying over this in remorse, I should be condemned again and again. Why else would I have fought against the renowned lord at Vishala, as if I had reverted to the low conditioning of my birth? I don't know who that is. But the demons, in their teachings, are always inclined to bad scholarship about the truth of the self. Because of my association with such demons, even today my understanding is not free from the degraded element of dry speculation. 31.
So, how can any pure devotion appear in me that would signify the Lord's mercy? I see proof of my lack of devotion when I ponder the wickedness of Banasura. I have heard some say that now, after arresting and imprisoning Bali, the Lord stays here in Sutara as the doorman just to keep him captive. In any case, I cannot say where the Lord is now. On rare occasions, some persons like Ravana can see the Lord here. The Lord shows himself only when it suits his own purpose. He thus showed himself in this very place to Durvasa because Durvasa had strong faith in being able to see the Lord. Wherever one develops an intense desire to achieve the Supreme Lord, there one can obtain him. But the Lord's merely residing in a certain place doesn't grant one his association. If my Lord were always present here in person, why would I have travelled all the way to Naimisaranya to see him as Lord Pitavasa, the yellow guard form of Narayana? We can say that by your mercy, the Supreme Lord developed some love for me, and so I appear glorious. But my greatness is just like a tiny speck before the heap of mercy the Lord bestows on his newer devotees. O Narada, your heart overflows with causeless compassion. Why should I go on describing all my misfortunes which simply make you unhappy? Instead, please consider the Lord's mercy on Hanumana of the Kimpurusas. Please note, my Lord, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared suddenly in his form of Narasimha just to kill my father. And as soon as the Lord fulfilled his purpose, he at once disappeared. I haven't been able to see my Lord directly whenever I wanted. So when I saw him once on the shore of the ocean, it was just like seeing a dream. But Hanuman is much more fortunate. For many thousands of years, he has enjoyed serving the Lord constantly, without obstruction. He is the most powerful person. When he was just a child, the demigods favored him with several wonderful benedictions. Thus, he became immune to old age and death. He is free of all fear, he maintains great vows, and he performs auspicious deeds. Outstanding among heroes, he is an exceptional servant of Lord of the Raghus. With playful disregard, he jumped across thousands of miles of fathomless ocean. Expertly in the capital of the Rakshas king, he comforted Mother Sita in her distress. He boldly threatened his enemies, burned Lanka, and destroyed its citadel. When he brought back news of Sita, he received his master's deep embrace. It was Hanuman who acted as Lord's best carrier, his tail serving as a royal white umbrella, his broad back a comfortable seat for the Lord, and it was Hanuman who directed the project of bridging the ocean. He fulfilled the desire of Bibhishana. He destroyed the military force of Rakshasas, and he had the special power to deliver the healing herb called Vishalyakarani. He was the very life of his soldiers, always giving great pleasure to his divine Lord and the Lord's younger brother Lakshmana. He devotedly served as carrier for them both. Supremely intelligent and valorous, he brought victory for Lord Ramachandra. He added to the spotless fame of his Lord who killed the king of the Rakshasas. It was Hanuman who encouraged Mother Sita, and by Lord's order, this Hanuman, the one true recipient of his master's favor, still lives in this world, though unable to bear separation from the Lord. He keeps himself alive by constantly hearing the glories of Lord Rama. Staying by the side of Lord's deity, he is present even today with same splendor as always. It's a stuff here. It's beautiful. Now it comes to Rangvali Hanuman. It will be amazing in the next chapter, like when he meets Hanuman, what he is saying.
Yeah.